All right, well, the first thing we're going to do is create a border. We're going to start with gratitude, breathe in the things we're grateful for, exhale all the junk, and really relax the pen in your hand. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Don't bite the inside of the cheek, clench the jaw. This is just really a time to relax. So if you feel better doing this on scrap paper, I like to use envelopes, that kind of thing. We're going to do a version of crescent moon. So we're going to put the ladybug of crescent moon in the corner. We're going to aura it, and then we're going to aura it again, but this aura is just going to be a little bit bigger. And we're just going to repeat that on the whole page. And remember, anything that I put in any of these spaces, you can alter it to anything that you want, which is the whole point of the Zentangle method, is learning the basics and then making it your own. So I'm going to keep this in regular time. You can hear the music, but all that's going to happen is I'm going to keep auraing the ladybug part of the crescent moon. And the music is via the plant wave, so it is music played by my plant, and there'll be a link in the description to that, as well as the grabby pens, which are the pens I'm using. Make sure you're breathing, light with the pen, light with the pressure. Don't hold your breath. Now we're going to do a tangle called doodah. And all you're doing is bringing a line maybe a little more than halfway, and then the other one from the other edge a little bit more than halfway. And you're just doing the back and forth. So this is a great tangle, and don't mind my fingers. I was doing pottery right before this, and I'm going back to pottery after this. So just go back and forth. This is a great way to let yourself get into meditation, because this is mindfulness art. This is staying in the present moment. So our ego doesn't really have anything to think about. We're kind of releasing that and letting our intuition take over, just repeating over and over again. Our mind doesn't really have to think about anything. So this is how we begin to relax and calm our mind and let it have a break. So enjoy. Now we're going to take and we're going to do curved lines. And in each section that I'm going to fill in, I put a little bit of ink so it reminds me that that's what I'm inking. This is very similar to how we do the Tangle Marasu, but we're just adding these curved lines. So I like to leave the center open, especially if the paper's white, because it'll look like a shine spot. And that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just letting it be a shiny area, but I'm doing it with kind of a messy pen. So you can choose to make it a perfect rectangle, whatever is what you like. That's what this is all about. So you're going to see me repetitively doing the same thing here over and over again, and then I'll see you back. So now we're going to add, I'm using General's charcoal. This is sea green. I have a link in my Amazon affiliate under Tangle Supplies I use. They're called General's Chalk. They're my favorite, but they're actually really more of a charcoal. So in the center of this ladybug part of the crescent moon, I'm putting the charcoal, and then on every edge of kind of this rainbow shape that I made. So every single edge, I'm just putting one line of the charcoal because a little goes a long ways. And then I'm going to use a tortillon, which is wrapped paper. I believe I have several tutorials on how to make your own. My favorite ones that I use come in the kits that I sell in my Etsy shop. You can always reach out to me if you wanted some tortillons. Otherwise, there's a very few that I like on Amazon, but the ones that I do like, you'll find in the Tangle Supply that I use list that I have on Amazon. So after I put all of the color down, I like to dim the lights, see if I'm getting the look that I'm going for. And if I feel like I'm not getting the dimension, a lot of times I will add some graphite to it, or a pencil, right? So here I'm just still filling in with all of my charcoal, and then I'm going to go in with just a plain old pencil to see if that will round it even more. And this is a lot of back and forth. Sometimes this is hours for me. So you can see I put some pencil, some graphite down, and I'm just blending that out. And then I usually don't do the whole thing, and I dim the light to see kind of where it is. Now let's take a look. Now this is a good time. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. And so let's turn off the light, see what it looks like. And remember, you can do so many things with this, but it's very much about a lot of back and forth. I did end up inking the whole section of Marasu and put charcoal down instead, which are those little squiggly spots that I left. I did end up inking them and just used charcoal, and you'll see that in the end videos that there's just a line of charcoal. This is not this one. So you can see that just has charcoal. So remember, it's about the journey to the end of the tangle. The tangle's a bonus at the end. and it's always okay to go outside the lines. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.